When you're shopping for batteries, you can look at the specs, you can read the reviews, you can do comparisons, but in the end, really, how do you determine which battery is truly the better value? So we're going to look at these two batteries, and I'm going to show you which one performs better. In today's video, I'm going to test these Amazon Basic AA batteries. These are 2400 milliamp hour batteries, and I'm going to compare them to a previous review I did with these EBL batteries. They're a slightly larger rating at 2800 milliamp hours. And it seems like when you buy batteries, it's a bit of a gamble whether you're going to get something that's going to meet your expectations or not. So these are two of the most popular brands that you can find these days. They're also Eneloop, which have a very high rating, but Eneloops are quite expensive, so I wanted to test these two kind of side by side. And I'm going to use a standardized test, and I'll use my old lacrosse charger that has a test mode that can test all 4 batteries one time. So this one is not available anymore. I've had it for over 10 years, but I have a link and I can put in the description below for one that works almost exactly the same way. And so I find it really handy to evaluate AA's and AAA's to determine whether or not the batteries should be put together or recycled, or what should I do with them, because you really need to measure in order to find out. All right, so let's get started with our test. These are 2400 milliamp hour batteries, and I got a brand new pack here. They come fully charged, and I'm going to pop them into my lacrosse charger here, and there's a test function. But first I want to check the voltage. So we've got 1.26, and again, and it looks like they're probably all going to be 1.26. So a couple of them are 1.28, but that's very consistent with pre-charged batteries. The EBLs that I tested last time came in at 1.3. I'm going to pop them in here all at once and put this into test mode. What it'll do is it'll charge it all the way to the top, and then it'll slowly drain it, and it will measure the capacity of the battery. Alright, the test is done, and these batteries perform very well. We've got 2.35, 2.44, 2.42, and 2.42 amp hours. Now these batteries are rated at 2.4 amp hours, and as you can see, only the first one didn't meet that specification, but the remaining 3 exceeded it. And if you round up 2.35, well, that's almost 2.4. I mean, it's like 50 milliamps, but they performed exceptionally well, and much better than the EBLs that I tested on the last review. Let's take a look at a table here. I've got the 4 batteries. They're rated at 2.4 amp hours, and here are the actual readings. And you can see that only the first battery was just so slightly from the maximum rated capacity, but the other 3 exceeded it by 101.7 down to 100.8%. So I'm very pleased with these results. And if we compare these with the EBLs, I had bought an 8-pack, you can see that none of the EBLs came even close. About the best they could do is 81.8%, and they all missed by quite a bit. And both of these tests were done with the same procedure, except for in the previous tests on the last 4, I used them a little bit and then charged them instead of just taking them right out of the package. Now let's take a look at the cost between the two of these. The Amazon Basics you can buy in this particular rating, you can get either a 4-pack or an 8-pack. I bought the 4-pack for $11.77. But you can get an 8-pack for $21.78. So I took the cost of the bigger one, which is going to be $270 per each based on the 8-pack. Now in the EBL, I couldn't find a 4-pack in the rating of 2800 milliamp hours, but I bought them in an 8-pack for only $12.74, so they're only $1.59. And there is quite a bit difference in price, but if you look at the performance, the Amazon Basics perform so much better than the EBL that, in my opinion, the slightly higher cost which is about 90 cents a battery or something like that, is well worth it in the fact that it can meet its rated capacity. And if you look at the EBL, they were rated at 2800, but if we go back and look at the chart, they didn't even come close to the Amazon Basics, which were rated lower, because the Amazon Basics were rated at 2.4 and these were rated at 2.8. So in my view, the better deal is really to spend just a little bit more to get a much higher performing battery, and that would be on the Amazon Basics. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, and I will put product links for both of these batteries in the description below. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can buy from my links. I really would appreciate that. So I will see you next time.